Welcome back to Whisky Wednesday. I'm Joe and every Wednesday I do whisky video reviews. Welcome back to part 4 of the Balcones whiskies reviews. This is actually not a whisky, this is a distilled spirit and it's called the Balcones Rumble Cask Reserve. Let's pour some of that. And the reason it's not technically a whisky is because it's a spirit made from wildflower honey, turbinado sugar and mission fig spirit. So because it's got other things in other than a grain, water, yeast, then it's not classed as a whisky. But it still comes from the Balcones distillery. And the Rumble Cask Reserve is a small batch, cask strength, unchill filtered and natural colouring spirit. So let's give it a nose. And there is a standard version of this which is a slightly less strong percentage and it's more readily available. This is a very, very small batch. Lovely, lovely colour. Real kind of rich amber. And this will be the first non-whisky that I've reviewed as part of my Whisky Wednesday video reviews. Right, now on the nose, I'm getting, there's like a burnt sugar quality to it. If you can see, it's kind of more viscous. I'll be able to show you that, like that. It's a little bit more viscous than your average whisky. And that's because obviously it's got stuff like sugar in. And the legs are a little bit thicker. Hopefully you can see the legs. Let's go to the nose. It's like a lovely kind of spicy honey note. Now I'm a big honey fan. I don't have it very often because honey on toast is, it's quite bad for you because it's got a lot of carbs. But I am a big honey fiend. I know that lovely kind of spiced honey note. I do get a kind of a sticky fig quality to it. Imagine like ripe figs dipped in honey. There's a lovely kind of oaky note to it as well. The longer it kind of stays in the glass, there's a kind of brown muscovado sugar aroma. So it's quite a sweet, sugary, honey, ripe fruit nose to it. There's a little bit of a cigar note as well. A really sweet cigar. And there's almost like a cognac grapiness. I mean, a lot of the time with liqueurs and spirits that have kind of honey and sugar and that kind of stuff in, they're normally quite sickly and quite one-dimensional. But this has a lot of notes. There's almost a smoky note coming out. Yeah, there is quite a lot of aromas on the nose. There's a slightly kind of spiced rum, golden spiced rum quality to it. Like a mix of cognac and rum. Right, let's give it a taste. Wow. Really good. I had a little bit of trepidation about trying this one, only because I knew it wasn't, I knew it was a spirit, made with kind of other ingredients. And in the past, I haven't enjoyed them because they've been quite, gloopy and sticky and just overly sweet, but this has got a lot going on. There's a nice kind of sticky, fizzy figs at the front of the palate. You get a lovely red chili heat, so it's quite kind of hot and spicy. You get that, it's a little bit kind of cloyy on the mouth, so it has still got a slight kind of a stickiness that other, liqueurs have. But it's not too much. For me it's bearable, and that's a good sign. So, compare this to Glaver or, Stag's Breath or something like that, this is a lot less sticky and gloopy. Right, let's give it another try. And on the second try, there's quite a lot of grapey, cognac-y notes coming out, and those rum notes again. It is quite grapey. It is quite like kind of an old XO cognac. I mean, I suppose that is the kind of the honey, the fig spirit that they've used. And on the finish, I do get a really, really nice honey note. Really, really nice, a kind of luxurious, almost Manuka honey-esque note coming out. Let's give it one more try. Now on the third sip, more of that kind of spiced golden rum flavour comes out. It is quite hot and peppery, and that chili heat comes all around your mouth. No, I like that. I'm impressed that for a kind of a spirit, it's got a lot of flavours and a lot of aromas, and it's not too kind of sticky and not too sweet, which is good, which is very good. I'm not sure if I'll be able to drink a lot of this. It is quite kind of potent, and there is that sweetness there, but it's really, really nice to try. I can imagine this going really quite well in cocktails actually as well. If there's any cocktail fanatics out there, I can imagine it's been a really, really good base ingredient because it's got the strength. It is 58.4%. It's got quite a lot of flavours going on. It's a good alternative actually to a rum. On the finish actually, it's almost getting a kind of Christmas pudding and rum note. Kind of rum sauce. Kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, I think I'd give this, personally I'd give it a 7 out of 10, only because that's because I couldn't drink a lot of it. It's really nice to try, but it's not going to go make me rush out and buy a bottle, but that's my personal thing, just because it has got that slight sweetness, which means I wouldn't want to drink loads of it. But for the flavours that are there and for the aromas that are there, it's good. So, the Balcones Rumble Cask Reserve, small batch American spirit from Texas, from the Balcones distillery. As always, please share the video, like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. I'll put all the links in the description below. And if you want to check out more about the Balcones range, I'll put a link to their distillery site in the description below. So check that out. See you next week. Cheers.